Today on Cooking with Marky, I will be making Khoresht Fesenjan. This khoresh is made with walnuts and pomegranate molasses. Traditionally, you can make it with chicken breast or duck for fancy affairs. However, for more casual dining, you can make it with meatballs. And today, I will be showing you how to make Khoresht Fesenjan with meatballs. So, these are the ingredients that you need. You need 2 cups of walnuts. You need 1 medium onion diced very small, and you want to dice the onion small so that you don't have big chunks of onions in your khoresh, and instead it looks tidier or neater. And you need 3/4 to 1 teaspoon of pepper, or to your taste, and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, or also to your taste. Now this ingredient is optional. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. And also, depending on what type of pomegranate molasses you purchase, some pomegranate molasses are really tart, meaning they're made with 100% pomegranate juice. Other pomegranate molasses, I can't even say that word, are sometimes made with sugar, also have other additives in there. So depending on what type of pomegranate molasses you purchase, you may or may not need sugar. So for this khoresh, I will need about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. I have pomegranate molasses. This is 100% pomegranate concentrated juice. There are no additives in this, and I like it because it's pure. And you will also need grapeseed oil. That is always going to be my oil of choice. And you will need 6 to 8 cups of water. And you want to use a lot of water because this stew needs to cook for a very long time. So you need all those flavors to concentrate and for the water to evaporate and everything just melds together. So these are the ingredients for the Khoresht Fesenjan. I will show you the ingredients for the meatballs. So for the meatballs, you will need 1 pound of ground beef. You will need 1 large onion diced into pieces that would fit into a food processor. You will need 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric, and also 1/2 teaspoon of Khoresht Seasoning. And I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. Now these are completely optional. 1 1-inch piece of ginger and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I find that this makes the meatballs tastier, so I like putting it in there. Now I will show you how to prepare it. I'm going to add in the walnuts into the food processor. And you want to do your walnuts before you do the onions because you don't want your walnuts to smell like onions. So you're going to grind your you're going to grind your walnuts until they are very fine, which will take about 1 minute to 2 minutes depending on your food processor. So I'm going to get started. Okay, so the walnuts should look like this. Sorry, I'm getting this all over my floor. But they should be very small in texture and really soft. This will help the khoresh come together. Now that I have ground my walnuts and I've put them in a bowl to save for later, I'm going to put in my onion and also the garlic, and also the garlic. And I'm going to process this until the liquid breaks, or the onion breaks down and becomes a little more liquidy. Okay, so I have now processed the onion, and I will show you what it looks like. Hopefully you can see really well. It's more of a paste, I guess you can say, onion paste. So I will show you how I make the meatballs. Okay, so to make the meatballs, you're going to take a little bitty piece of meat, like about that size, and you're going to roll it in your hand. And you're going to continue doing that until you have a little bitty plate of meatballs. Be careful because this does get messy, so please Clorox your countertop. once you're finished. And so you're going to do this until you have as many meatballs as you would like in your khoresh. And then I will show you how to cook them. So in this pot I have put my meatballs. This is about all the meatballs that I could fit. I actually have a lot of meat left over, so I'll probably use that to make chili kebabs probably. So I just turned my heat to medium-high, and I'm going to brown these meatballs for about 3 to 4 minutes. And in the meantime, I will be sauteing my onions. And I have 3 tablespoons of grapeseed oil, and now I'm going to add in my onions. And I'm going to cook my onions until they begin to brown. So be careful to not burn them. So you want to stir frequently. And my heat's on about medium. So my meatballs have browned. And now I'm going to just turn off the heat, and I'm just going to let these rest until I am ready to place them in the khoresh. And to be quite honest, I might make more meatballs while I'm waiting for the onions to brown, because this doesn't look like enough. So maybe I might do that. My onions have browned. Now I'm going to stir in the turmeric. Okay, and now I'm going to stir in the meatballs and also the juice. Okay, so I'm going to fry this together for about a minute. You want to get those meatballs coated with any of the turmeric. And you want to put the juice in because that gives extra flavor. You don't want to throw that out. With all those seasonings that you put in the meatballs, it helps make the khoresh tastier. Now I am going to add in the ground walnuts. The salt, and also the pepper. I'm going to stir this together, and then I'm going to add in the water. Pour it in the water. You want to stir everything so there aren't any clumps. And right now I have my heat on medium-high, and I'm going to cover this with a lid and a cracked lid. So you want to have it just a little bit cracked. And I'm going to let this boil for about 30 minutes, and then I will show you what it looks like after 30 minutes. You also want to make sure that you stir this frequently to prevent it from sticking on the bottom. This has been boiling for about half an hour. Set that right there. And as you can see, some of the oil from the walnuts is starting to show, and you want the natural oil to come out of the walnuts. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my heat to medium, and I'm going to cook this for another 20 minutes. I'm going to scrape the sides a little bit. I'm going to cook this for another 20 minutes, and then I'll add in the pomegranate, molasses, and the sugar. Okay, so now I'm going to cover this again with a lid, a cracked lid, with my heat on medium. Khoresht Fesenjan has been cooking for the additional 20 minutes. And you can see it's starting to thicken up. So now I'm going to add in 6 tablespoons of pomegranate molasses. And this molasses is going to help this khoresh turn a very rich and luxurious dark color. That's right, I said luxurious. So I'm gonna stir this. And I'm also going to taste it. So I'm going to taste a little bit of this. It probably needs a little more of the pomegranate molasses. So I just put in an additional 1 tablespoon. Now let me taste it again. Yes, that is the right tartness. And now I'm going to add in about a tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to stir that. I'm going to clean the sides off. And now I'm going to turn my heat down to medium-low, and I'm going to cover this fully with the lid. So I'm turning my heat down to medium-low. I'm covering this, and I'm going to cook this for 1 to 3 hours. So I will let you know how long I am cooking this for. And you want to make sure that you stir this frequently because it will stick, and you do not want to burn your khoresh because you spend a lot of time on cooking my khoresh for about an hour and a half. And as you can see, it is nice and thick, and it's developed that rich brown color, and the oil from the walnuts have come to the top. And to be quite honest, this is a lot of oil for me personally, so I'm gonna probably skim off a little bit of this. But you know, the natural oils from the walnuts, you know, they provide this taste that you can't really duplicate. I'm gonna keep this in a covered 200-degree oven until I am ready to serve. So I'm just gonna turn off the heat so I don't keep cooking this. Give it a good stir. Oh, I cannot wait to eat this. This is gonna be so delicious. Oh, yum. Thank you for watching Cooking with Marky Khoresht Fesenjan. I really hope that you try this recipe. I hope that you share it with your family and friends because I love making it, I love showing it to you, and I hope that it impresses you. So please keep tuning in, and thank you once again for watching Cooking with Marky.